Okay, the light's not too bad. Good evening, Clouder. Light's not great. Let me put the light on. Or not. I think the bulb just burned out. Fun. So, hey, welcome. It's an evening stream, and it's the beginning of the project I've been talking about. So, if you read the blog or follow the Twitter, you know that I've been super hyped over the new Final Fantasy VII remake, and because it was such a huge thing for me, I'm like, you know what? I want to play the whole thing again, the whole compilation. Bit of history. Final Fantasy VII, the game came out in '97, and then in the early 2000s, Square Enix decided to capitalize on the popularity, and they made what they called the compilation of Final Fantasy VII, which was one movie, one Madhouse anime short, and 3 games. Before Crisis was a phone game that was only ever in Japan. There is a port of it that somebody cobbled together. Maybe we might look at that. I have it. It's only for Windows because I'm coming to you from the Mac side. So let's see if my bitrate's any better on a operating system that isn't terrible. They came out with what we're gonna play first because it's chronologically the first game is Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, which we'll talk about in a second, and then it's an action RPG, and they came out with a shooter called Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus, and it starred Vincent, the one of the optional characters from the game. And we will play all 3 of them. We're going to play the original game. We're going to play Crisis Core. We're going to play Final Fantasy. We're going to play Dirge of Cerberus. We're going to play Dirge on the PS2 and FF7 on the PSX. I have all the pieces now in-house to do that. But for Crisis Core, it's a little bit different. Cat. Crisis Core came out on the PSP. Oh, you can see everything. And as you can see by the fact that it's reflecting my computer screens, this is my PSP that I've kept in pretty good condition since I bought it. I don't even remember when I bought this. I know I bought it to play Crisis Core. This is a first generation PSP. It's a 1000 series. It still works. It works fantastic. It still even holds a charge. I plugged it in when I dug it out just for kicks, and I was beyond impressed. The problem is that the first generation PSPs, i.e. mine, do not output video. So I cannot get a video out of this without breaking into it and soldering and doing all kinds of things that I really don't want to do because it still works. And there are other games that I would maybe want to play on it. So I had a couple options. And I own a legitimate copy of Crisis Core. PSP used these proprietary Universal Media discs. Again, I keep my stuff in really amazingly good condition. So see, we got the instruction book. It's got the UMD looks really good. But there's no way for me to get video and audio out of this and into the capture box. The new capture box is here. We'll talk about that on Sunday because that's not in play today. So what I ended up doing was I had 2 choices. I could buy another PSP, which would have been like 100. I don't even want to think about. It was an amount of money I was not willing to spend on this project. Let's put it that way. Because if I'd have gotten a 2nd or 3rd generation PSP, yeah, they do output video and audio. You can output them. Or I could do it in emulation, which is what I decided to do. So it's this ROM and this ISO, but I have the legitimate copies of everything. So I set it up. So we're gonna run it. I'm gonna be using an Xbox controller because I have the Tattyboggle drivers that work really, really well for this. It drives Xbox extremely well. I think it's the newest fork now works on the newer operating systems. But I've got it all set up and ready to go, so let's get into it. Let's see if I completely borked this up by grabbing the wrong thing. And now that I'm on the Mac side, I have about, because this is where I did almost all of my streaming from when I'm not on the GS, so I have about 8,000 scenes to scroll through, so... Okay, it didn't hork it up. So I'm using, this is what I'm using. And I've got, I dumped the ISO, it's right here, and we're gonna get going. So I also have and am going to be using the Crisis Core. Yes, I bought the strategy guide. I am that much of a dork. Turn that down in my ears. Let me know if the music's too loud. It's pretty... I'm gonna turn it down. It looks like it's too... It just looks on the sliders like it's too loud. I don't... It's beautiful music. I mean, it's... Did Uematsu do the music? This'll tell us. I think Uematsu... Now I need to watch the credits. They did a really good job with the character. This came out after Advent Children, so they had something to work with. There are some new characters, and we'll talk about them. But they did a great job with modeling the characters, and I really feel like the models hold up, which is kind of weird to say for a, this is at least, what's the year on this? My eye doctor swears I don't need bifocals, but I really think she's just telling me that to make me, and I think I missed I'll have to look up. But it's a really, really good opening. Let's say 2007, 2008. That sounds about right. So we're gonna start a new game. Do I have save games? Yes, they're on my PSP. I have, I'm covering that up. I have beat this game. I have not beaten the actual, I don't think I beat the super boss. But I have actually finished the game. I have had this game has all the feels when you finish it. We're going normal mode because I want to play this game. I want to enjoy this game. I want to talk about this game. I do not want to be stressed out. So, very familiar. I'll bring my back down here. Actually, I think I need to be over here for this. I'm pretty sure the UI is on that side. Oh gosh, I love being on this side of the computer. So stuff that looks vaguely, extremely familiar. They really did, they did a really good job with all of these games. Bringing this, when we play Final Fantasy VII, it's going to be kind of a shock to the system because it's very, very primitive compared to what we're looking at. So we've got a train, and we've got a helicopter, and things are looking very, very familiar. And that's the big thing about this game is a lot of stuff. One of the things people complain about with this is it's just like, it's a lot of the same story beats are there. So here we meet Zack. Zack, we're gonna find out, is someone who knew Cloud in the before times, but is the complete polar opposite of Cloud. He is funny, he is charming, at least he thinks so, and this is his mentor, Angeal. So at this point, Zack is a second-class soldier, which means he's not, he's like right in the middle.
Understood.
But it's just, I remember playing this on the PSP.
Hello to you too.
And I was just so excited to see these characters, be able to play with these some of these characters in a more fully realized form than the bulky Lego. I think this is all cutscene. I don't think I get to play yet. But it really gives you an idea of how powerful a soldier is and what they can do. You didn't get a good sense of that in Final Fantasy VII. I'm playing these in story order rather than the order they came out with because I want to play through the story. But this was when we really got a idea of what kind of power level we were looking at, what kind of things these super soldiers, these genetically engineered super soldiers could do. This is going to be all spoilers all the time in this stream. This whole Project Gaia, is going to be a whole bucket of spoilers. I'm spoiling this, I'm spoiling Dirge, I'm spoiling Final Fantasy VII, I might spoil Remake. I don't know yet. Probably will spoil Remake because yes, Remake's going to be part of this. That's going to be the last thing we do. So that shot of Zack jumping off of the... Gotta talk about that shot, because that is totally stolen, cribbed from Final Fantasy VII. So that was, a lot of people say this game, that's where a lot of people, that starts with the whole same story beats. Hey, Dara. What do you mean, audio or video?
Zack speaking.
Making progress, Zack?
What's going on, Aunt Jill?
When you say hi, do you mean loud or up high?
Wutai troops in disguise. Now, head to the open area above.
Towards Sector 8.
Yes, but first you have to clear a path.
Clear a path?
Okay, I can see up. Alright, I see where it's cut off. I see what it's doing. I see what you're talking about. Alright, we can fix that real quick.
So I can cut loose, right?
Use some discretion.
It's showtime.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. Hang on, let me get to a point where we can pause. It's because the capture's a little bit out of whack because I'm hiding the top Mac bar. All right, so this game is press square to win, or actually press X to win. So I'm gonna be using the PSP. Relied a lot on the shoulder buttons. So I'm using the shoulder buttons and the face buttons and the analog stick. So shoulder, face buttons, analog stick, shoulder buttons. Same idea. All right, let's see if we can fix this. What's it doing? I think I know what it's doing. Sometimes I swear OBS does not remember my settings. I'm emulating. I wish there was a port. I so wish there was a port, but there's not. And like I said at the beginning, I don't know if you were here at the beginning, I have this, but it's the 1000 series, and it doesn't have, like, I could buy a PSP, a 2000 series or a 3000 series, and I could do the thing on the thing, but I'm not spending like $150 on this project because this works phenomenally well for having pulled it out of the bin for after, I don't even want to think about how many years it's been since I turned this on. So let me know if that looks a little bit better. I know that the webcam on me is a little high because I need a webcam that tracks my face because I tend to move because I'm so used to being on stage and moving. I can't just sit still when I'm doing this. So I'm going to go forward and back and up and down because I'm terrible. Oh, okay. Okay. So, that's like Dara, that's like 40 hours from now. So it's not going to be this stream, but I am more than happy but yeah, you will see why Cloud, and you see more about Zack. Cloud doesn't come into this until obviously about the middle when the big Nibelheim mission happens. But you're going to get to know this guy that he is trying to be like. And you're gonna see how he's like him in some ways, but so totally different in others. But let's get to fighting. I think I fixed the video. Let's get to fighting. I don't know what OBS is doing to my... I had this fixed yet. I fixed this earlier. The problem, I think, is it doesn't... the window changes names all the time, so I think I'm just gonna have to remember to check the window before I go online. Alright.
Activating
Combat mode. Alright, so you guys... Oop. Oh. Except that I desperately... Okay. I desperately want this to move as fast as 7, which it's not going to. It's the PSP. It's, you know, the game is 10 years old, and it's on a portable system. So right now, I'm just pressing X to attack. Which you got? I have my AP. Let me move myself up here a little bit. Oop. I can grab. Oop. Let's do that after we get our face shot off. So down in the corner. All right, am I? Are the different things that I can do. Attack, use materia, use an item. Zach, please. Alright. Okay. Numicam. Roll me up here.
Not too bad.
Piece of cake.
Get out of there. Let me get me out of the way of
Go
the
up
UI.
The stairs at the end of the platform.
So he's talking to Angeal, who's his buddy, his mentor essentially.
You got it.
Zach really, really wants to be first. He's second, right? He's second class right now. He really wants to be first class. Like, who doesn't? I mean. And even though we're doing this in emulation, we're going to try and do it without cheats like save states and stuff like that. I'm going to play it the way it was meant to be played. So, Zach gets to fight a behemoth. I remember this is being terrible.
Activating combat mode.
All right. All right. Why are my shoulder buttons not working? Shoulder buttons are not registering. That's not good. I played this last night and it was fine. So AP cost 0. That means, all right. We are going to. Real quick. All right. We can pop back. Let's figure out what's going on here. Settings, controls, control mapping. Okay, yeah, it has no idea what it's doing. B6, B5. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I don't know what. I have no idea. I think I have an idea what button it was looking at. I think I might have been looking at the second analog. Let's just make sure. Yeah. All right. So let me map these right, because I also don't think these are mapped right. Okay. This be A. Oop. Okay, yeah, B3, B2, yeah, they're right. Okay. Back. Back. Continue. Zach theoretically is, Cloud is stronger than Zach. Zach is... There we go. That's what I wanted to talk. That's what I want. So you desperately need the shoulder buttons in this game. All right, Zach, please go where I tell you. Because Cloud had some other stuff done to him. Oh, I'm dodging. As I sit here and hit the buttons that I want it to be for FF7 and for Remake. So I can do special moves like Assault Twister. I can cast spells. I really wish I had a cure, but I don't. So Cloud at the beginning of FF7 is actually at first class soldier strength, and I don't know how much of it is strength and how much they don't really get into how much of it is strength and how much of it is skill and success in battle and stuff like that. Did I get him? I got him. Cloud,
Showing your back to the enemy. Overconfidence.
because we have to
is
shoehorn this guy in as soon as we possibly can in a Final Fantasy VII game. Cloud, remember,
What is this?
is a little bit more than your run-of-the-mill soldier candidate because Hojo
Damn it.
was trying
not
to
the
make
only
him into
hero.
a clone.
It's over.
So Zack is just a run-of-the-mill soldier. He's very, very good at what he does, but he's just a run-of-the-mill soldier. But he does some pretty nutty stuff in Advent Children too,
Impossible.
and I suspect, and Zack does some pretty nutty stuff in here. Yeah, Square Enix was all about shoehorning Sephiroth into everything they could get him into after he became, like, you know, the one everybody, all the fangirls squeed over. So it depends on what you're, Dara, it depends on, you know, what you're looking at. Cloud at the beginning of the remake, I feel like is even a lot more competent than Cloud at the beginning of actual Final Fantasy VII.
Thanks, Angel.
So this is going to be the first thing that the remake 100% cribbed from this, and that is the idea that Shinra has holodeck technology. And what's very interesting is in Star Trek The Next Generation, there are very specific rules for
Why?
using
You
there are very
serious?
specific rules in Starfleet for using other actual
just
people
getting
in
warmed
your holodeck simulation. So I wonder, like, if the laws, how it works in here. I just love how he's like, I'm just getting warmed up, dude. Your sword is broken in half. If this is warmed up. Zach's big thing is Zach is
Embrace your
completely ADD. I think that's why I like him so much.
If you want to be a hero, you need to have dreams and honor.
Yes, the VR cool sim goggles look very close. Like, the whole idea of Shinra having VR holodeck technology was totally cribbed from this game. And that whole bit about honor that Zack says at the end during his little scene, that comes up over and over and over again, and that's like one of the big themes of this game. Is dreams and honor, and what does it look like? Save. Okay. Let's crack open the book.
Hey,
See
Zach,
if I can do this without the
you seem
book.
a little on edge.
So this is
Can you blame
Kunsel
me? All this
that is
training
mentioned in
and no
chapter
assignments
16.
like they're
Whatever they're in the
Right.
recreation room. That's this.
You
I think
must be
that's
pretty
this guy.
busy with everyone off base.
So another second. You can tell.
Off base?
Is he second? He
Wait,
might be
haven't you
third.
heard?
It's the color of their
There's been a mass
uniforms.
desertion at Soldier.
Oh yeah, this book is like falling apart. I have to be careful with it. Okay, so mass desertion. It appears one of the first deserted. So I think this guy's the third, Zack's the second, and then firsts wear black. Yep, that is the exact squad animation. Oh yeah, no, this you're going to be shocked how much, or probably not shocked, how much stuff has been cribbed from these games. So a first is deserted. He took a bunch of seconds and thirds with him too. And no one knows why he left. Nobody knows why he left or what he's up to. The mass desertion, yeah, Kunsel. So the guy that they say, they tell Cloud, hey, I'm gonna go get. And that's weird because I one of the things I don't remember is if Cloud ever interacts with Console or if it's just Zack. So that could be a weird thing too. So your training's on hold, except for the it's the first. Oh wait, it's just Angeal. Never mind. Zack, you've got an assignment. Yay! This will be your show. Yes! Report to Director Lazard will give you the details. So, new character. Another new character. And this game will explain why you don't see Director Lazard in Final Fantasy VII proper. That does...
Zack.
Yes, Console is the guy that
It's good
Shinra
to
Soldier
finally
recognizes
face to
Cloud
face.
goes to go find.
Lazard, director of Soldier.
So, before Heidegger was running the show, this guy was
Yeah.
in charge of the Soldier end of
On to
everything.
business.
Like I said, the game will explain what happens to him. So this is the guy that
Soldier
deserted.
First class Genesis.
This is why this
A
game
month
will
ago.
never get a port.
He went missing during a mission in Wutai.
Because
Anything about
Genesis,
Not a clue.
after this plays, we'll wait for a loading scene.
The mission is currently stuck in limbo. That's why we've decided to send you.
There's some vaguely important plot
To
here.
Wutai?
Yes. This war has gone on long enough.
I've recommended you for first.
And Zack's like, yes, 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 yes.
Don't
And
make me
Jill's just
regret
like,
this,
dude,
Zack.
not helpful.
Once you're packed, you'll leave at once.
So Genesis was first operational beginner immediately upon arrival at Wutai. If you have any questions or combat, you should talk to the other soldier operatives. Genesis first shows up at the tail end, like in the stinger of Dirge of Cerberus, which came out before. I'm literally playing this game, these games in reverse order. I'm on a leash. Very short leash. Very short leash. So, Dirge came out. This is a copy of Dirge with... It has my real name. It's signed by Steve Bloom and it has my real name on it. Which I know a lot of people know, but I'm just funny about putting my name up on stream. Let me use my old people magnifier. So, this is 2006. Crisis Core, I think we decided was... What did I say it was? 2008. So this is actually the last one to come out. They got, because Square Enix is Square Enix, got Gact, who was, maybe still is, I do not follow J-pop, but he was this ginormous, like, J-pop idol at the time, and they got him to do the main, like, theme for Dirge of Cerberus. And I guess, I don't know if Gact wanted to be, or Squeenix wanted that to use, but Genesis basically is his spitting image. As a matter of fact, he had, for one of his, when he sang this song at his concerts, he had, like, the red trench coat, and, like you can find pictures of Gact essentially cosplaying Genesis. So... the thought process is that Squeenix would have to pay buckets of money to Gact to port this game anywhere, because it basically uses, I don't know how much of Genesis in this game is his likeness. So that is, but that's the current, I think, fan theory as to why, like, because I mean, they ported so much. They've ported so much stuff to PS4, and this would be, I mean, and they've done PlayStation Portable to PS4 ports. Type 0, they did an excellent job on. But I really think it has to do with licensing and having to deal with Gact, and I feel like he's probably, like, a tremendous diva. So, that is one of the reasons why, and honestly, Genesis is a pain in the ass. Tell me everything I need to know. So I get mail. I have to manage my email in this game. It's like real life. Items, equipment. So items is items. Equipment. I have cruddy materia. I do not get the cool materia I had in the trading program. This is the stuff I actually have. Materia. This is what I have. Materia fusion is something we'll unlock later. We'll be able to make new different types of materia, kind of like what Scarlet was doing in her cutscene, but it's pretty cool. No, or maybe they will, and maybe they will, Dara. And I would throw money at Squeenix without even thinking about it to play these games on the PS4 again. Move me out of the way here. So DMW, Digital Mindwave, is probably the thing that a lot of people had the biggest, I want to say, issue with in this game, because it's a very weird mechanic. When I'm fighting, you're going to see like a slot machine in the top corner, and when the pictures line up, something cool happens. And if like if the shadows line up, I get some sort of like like AP cast 0, MP cast 0, I get healed, stuff like that. If I get like 3 Zack or 3 of, a matching character, then I get a limit break. But it's random, but it's not random because there's math behind it, but it's really complicated. Like, it's in the program math. Yeah, the annoying slot machine thing. Missions we don't have unlocked yet. That's side quests. Mail. Inbox. Yes, I would like to. Tutorials. And I'm not going to go through all this stuff. And then leveling happens. It seems like it's random, but it's not. There's math behind it. I mean, I feel like if I looked, people by now have probably broken this game down and know what it is. But it's not that it's not, the game will drop the slot machine in the right place and make you level when you're ready. And I can buy potions and ethers and stuff. Alright. So a couple things I want to do. Yes, I read it a mail. Yes, I read the mail. I read my mail. By the way, the materia have been confiscated. Powerful materia have to be earned on your own. Yeah, you're only a second. You get crappy materia. I now have first level. I have three first level spells. Missions are errands that the company assigns to soldier operatives. This is how you grind. Blah, blah, blah. Check missions. I'll show you how to register on the mission board. So I have to go through all this tutorial stuff. Do I have mail again? Mission board, try registering. Okay. Okay, there's only one I can do. Select missions, enter a save point and press triangles and select missions. You can only undertake missions when you're at a save point. The game's speedrun is... Yeah, I'm not speedrunning this game. Save point! Looks vaguely familiar. Now that you're registered, you should try doing a mission. Sounds like a good idea. I'll do that right now. The save point is that way. If you're unsure, you should read... Yeah. Please do not tell me. Oh, jeez. You can't. You have to do this, or that stupid icon is gonna be in my HUD the whole time. Okay. Okay, so... Yes, I should try doing a mission. Because I also know... Okay, this is the... You can't go to the rest of the game yet. Okay. The problem here is that I know more than I'm supposed to know. So you go to missions, there's only one available. And it's gonna tell me if it's gonna be... I don't feel like this is a good speedrun game.
Activating combat mode.
So AP and MP cost 0. I don't 100% understand how the slot machine works. I just know how, like, I know what it does. Yeah, I'm sure people have, I just don't know that much about it. I don't dissect games, I play them, which is probably why I'm not a speedrunner. I cleared a mission. It was not that terribly difficult. Okay, this is what I was trying to do. These little pods apparently occasionally have stuff in them. Let's see what the company gave me. It gave me new armor. Alright, let's... My phone beeps. I get mail. Yeah, oh, you get mail from friends you make along the way. Just don't read mail that you get from girls. Unlock, yeah. So, tutorial completed. I think, yeah. So, your armor and your sword remain static, but accessories do things like give you more HP, MP, AP, up your stats, that sort of thing. So, what you would normally call, what you would normally call armor, like the bronze bangle, it goes in your accessory slot. It's a little bit weird. I do find speedrun interesting from an observer's viewpoint. I give those guys all the props in the world for being able to do what they do. Alright, so we have a few more hit points. Why do I... Yeah. Reeve sent me an email telling me all about Midgar. So you can see, right now I have 2 slots, and I have a bunch of shadows of limit breaks that I could learn. So I have Sephiroth and I have Angeal. And, and Zach has one too. You probably guess who a couple of those are. You'll figure out who the rest of them are. Alright, so I really wanted to know in the remake if floor 49 was still Soldier Floor. I really wanted to be able to go see that if it was true. Let's rock and roll.
I'll be joining you as well. I'm counting on you.
Sir!
He
By
tries
the
so
way,
hard.
What is your dream?
Zach is such a
First.
tryhard.
Is it?
No?
This actually explains the
To
Buster
become a
Sword.
hero.
Ah,
There
good.
is there is a
Unattainable
lot more
dreams are
going
the
on to
best
the
kind.
Buster Sword
Okay.
than
Thanks.
you realize. We'll talk about. We may be talking about it here in just a second. So please notice what Angeal has on his back. Very familiar weapon that Angeal is rocking with on this mission. So you're gonna learn. This game you learn about the Buster Sword. Let's go. Hi. Zach, just leave it to me. I want to show off. I'm a tryhard.
Conflict resolved.
The game gets a little bit harder. Next. Nailed it. Moving on. And Jill, like, dude, chill. No can do. The director is watching. I have to make a good impression. Zach, there's something brown on your nose. Zach, do you know about dumb apples? No, what is that? How can you not know about dumb apples? Because apparently this is something everyone's supposed to know. You'll never make first at that rate. Zach, I don't understand. Well, wait. What are dumb apples? You can't just say that and not tell me. You goober. So, one of the things that you can do to cheese this game is you can, like, creep around corners and creep around the edges of places. So, like, there's supposed to be a random encounter here. But the trigger is in the middle of the screen. He hasn't been promoted yet. They're trying to decide whether they're gonna promote him. But I need XP, so I'm gonna trigger it. And I'm pretty sure that's gotta be a speedrun strat, is avoiding the fights, but I'm not gonna do that. So no, Zach is still a second at this point. He will get promoted during the game. Angeal recommended him to be promoted, but they have to, decide if they're gonna do it or not. The gun pikes are it's like gun blades, only gun pikes. Very different. So this game really, it started to give you a sense of how big Gaia really was. So Zach, you can see Angeal's wearing black because he's a first.
The official name is binaural white. The trees bear fruit at random times during the year. Because of that,
I love the soundtrack to this game.
Call them dumb apples.
I don't think this
The
has the
local
credits
farms
listed.
had plenty of them to spare.
Oh, really? So you stole them?
We were poor, Zach.
Nice excuse.
Zach is kind of,
But
he's
even
a
then,
nice guy, but he can occasionally be kind of dense.
the largest binaural white tree grew on a wealthy man's estate. It was rumored that those apples
Oh yeah,
tasted the best.
this book is not going to survive this playthrough.
But I never stole from that tree, because the wealthy man's son was my friend.
If he was a friend, you should have just asked for some.
Honor can be quite a burden at times.
And what exactly does this have to do with me?
No story is not worth hearing.
Sage-like advice.
What? That's it? Yeah, well, thanks a lot.
I'm using my old lady magnifier because I want to know. I can't remember if this is before or after he. Event planning, movie motion, event motion. Oh, it's over here. That's why. Okay, Takahara Ishimoto did the music, but a lot of it you're going to hear strains. Yes, I have a strategy guide. Of course I have a strategy guide. I'm me. When I bought the game, I bought the strategy guide. Yes, I carried this because I don't play, like, I carried this around when I wanted to play the game. Basically what I did was I did story missions when I was at home, and if I was just out, I would just do some grinding. And it is like pretty much every strategy game of the era, like in 16 pieces. The strategy guide has some really nice art in it. Okay, did the prologue, Embrace Your Dreams. It does give some good, it's more if I get lost. So again, I could run along the sides and not trigger random encounters. But we're going, Yes, I want to overwrite the data. So that looks familiar to anyone who's played some of the MMOs.
B unit will set off an explosion. That's our cue.
The diversion will allow us to infiltrate.
The cruisers will create a diversion
I'll
while
set
the
bomb
fighters
inside the
go in
fortress.
and attack the
You'll
reactor
charge the front
core.
gate and
And he's like way too excited.
indulge yourself.
He is
You
way too into
That's
this.
what I do best.
Way too into this.
Come on, B unit. You know, I've never actually seen you use that. Don't you think it's sort of a waste?
Use brings about wear, tear, and rust. And that's a real waste.
You're serious, aren't you?
Yeah. I can be pretty cheap.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'd say that's an
Begin mission.
explosion. So one of the things that I want to remember how to do is there are optional sections of this guide. Heightened emotions have affected the DMV. That means that my thing is gonna spin fast. It's not spin faster, but it's gonna hit more. Essentially, the slot machine is gonna hit more. Yeah. He's a one-man freaking army. Even a second-class soldier is a, like Zack, is a one-man freaking army.
Activating combat mode.
You have to. So let me get these. Let me clean up the ground crew, and then we'll worry about the snipers. I have to use magic on the snipers. But hey, if you're gonna let me use magic for free, so you can see my. Okay, so the buff is done. So let's. Ah, you like me. Zack, target somebody. So just like the new one, some of the auto targeting is not great. Like, I don't know why he targeted the guy. He keeps targeting the guy that is literally as far away from him as possibly can be. Alright. Bye. 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 Bye-bye.
Conflict resolved.
Okay, let me read. Dozens of Wu-Tai privates attack in waves, flash forward. Okay. This is Zack's big chance to impress everybody. There's a lot of like optional areas in Fort Tamblin that I want to make sure I get because it helps, it helps you later on. He's actually fairly competent for being kind of a goof. But the sword, if you notice, it's Roche's sword. So they, apparently according to the wikis, which I assume is coming from his assess data, Roche is a third, which is weird because boy's cocky. Boy's a little cocky for just being a third class. Piece of cake. So that's basically the game telling you defeat as many enemies as you can to impress Director Lazard. So you want to knock out all of those stars. Some of them are right in the middle of where you want to be. The game sends you mail at really stupid times. So it's just like real life. Some of them are like behind hidden doors and stuff. So let's see if I can remember where all this stuff is.
Activating combat mode.
I guess that's the big monster. Is that dog thing?
Conflict resolved.
Also, stuff. Alright. Like, some of these are false wall. There's false walls, there's extra towers, there's all kinds of stuff going on. I mean...
Activating combat mode.
If you're good, you can hit more than one thing.
Modulating phase.
So, this is what... When the numbers line up, you get to spin the slot machine. I get healed, and I get Zack's generic limit break, which is Chain Slash.
Conflict resolved.
Which was super useless. Okay.
Activating combat mode.
Also, the camera's fixed, which occasionally makes me crazy after playing non-fixed camera games for so
Conflict
long.
resolved.
The gun pikes just, like, freaking kill me. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Oh, stop. Okay, so the idea here is you see that they just disappeared somewhere. And they're behind a hidden wall.
Activating combat mode. Modulating phase.
So because heightened emotions have affected the DMV, I'm gonna get modulating phase more often. The idea is Zack is excited. Gee, whose shadow could that possibly be?
Conflict resolved.
Okay. I want to get all the stars, because then you get the best rewards. It's a JRPG after all. Alright, I think there's another one of those spoopy doors. And it tells you when you can't go any farther. Okay, I think there are some dudes up in this tower. I desperately want to move the camera. Is this... Yeah, this is where it stops, I think. Yeah. So there is definitely more stuff to kill. Okay, let me... Oh, okay, we're past this. We're on the next page. Okay. Roving patrol. In the watchtower, behind the revolving wall, and an empty chest. Okay. Okay, I'm not done yet. I have to explore Fort Tamblin some more. There's a certain threshold you have to hit before the game will let you be done. And then there's a maximum. Hey, boys. Dude, you're the ones that have freaking revolving walls, so get with the program. And it brings up pictures that's supposed to be like Zach's memories.
Power surge.
So now I'm gonna get Rush Assault, which is the Angeo limit break.
Prove your honor to me. I got it.
Rush Assault's pretty good. Should take out both of these Chuckle Boys.
Oh yeah.
Conflict
Yeah.
resolved.
Similar traps proceed with cautions. Yes, I am aware. I think you have to find one of the revolving walls and then you can find the rest of them. I also know that dudes jump out of at least one of these towers, if not more. Okay, you are not a revolving wall. I think there's more Fort Tamlin this way, actually. Oh. The maps are pretty confusing. Alright, can I? Oh, that's kind of not what I wanted. So that's what the Xbox button does. Okay, map. That's what I was looking for. So I know there's a map. Okay. It's a lot easier for me to look at an in-game map. Alright. Let's go this way and around. And the revolving doors only open from one side. Okay. So that one's done. Okay. Wherein I try to hit all the buttons that worked in Final Fantasy VII Remake on this game. Because that's absolutely going to be a thing that happens all the time. It's a trap! Trapped by Admiral Akbar Industries.
Modulating phase.
Gee, I don't know. Whose silhouette could that be? I like that you can get above what your maximum is. And that comes super in here. Like you can't, like you can only do that when it says break at the corner. You can only do that through the DMB. You can't actually do that with like potions or something like that. Controller bleed sucks. I tried for yeah. That's my muscle memory. All of my muscle memory right now is Remake, and it's just absolutely like crazy. Hey boys. Yeah boys.
Activating combat mode.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Later.
Conflict resolved.
Okay, so alright. Check the map. The map. Okay, this way. This is the way we already came. Spatial recognition, not my strong suit. Hey!
Activating combat mode.
Take care of you, since you apparently like to use... Fire is a little bit more of a pain in the butt than... So SP are like XP, essentially. That's what it's tracking to decide when I level up. You can spend SP on stuff, too. Alright. What's left? Up. Hi. It's me. I'm a dork. Come on down. I can't remember if the other tower has boys.
Activating combat mode.
Yeah. What the? Oh, okay. They did it, I mean, for the limited buttons that they had on the PSP, since you don't have that second shoulder button.
Conflict resolved.
No kidding! Alright, which means we have to backtrack and go find the other tower. I can't remember what you get for killing all of them, but it's pretty good. And yes, I could look down, but then I would have to look down. Hi! Look, the Earthlings! Nothing but love. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. And a big sword. Dude. I'm totally a match for 3 Wutai Sergeants.
Activating combat mode.
Yeah, I get controller bleed all the time.
Modulating phase. Power surge.
And sometimes it'll do that. So 777 is when you level up.
Here we go! Go, go, go!
Endure, I think, just makes you
Conflict
tougher.
resolved.
Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more boys. That's good. Took care of that. Alright, I need to be using the analog stick. My fingers keep wanting to use the D-pad, and I really need to use the analog stick. Because it was really designed for the analog stick. I just... Most of the time when I'm using this controller on this computer, I'm playing old, like, NES and SNES games that don't use the analog stick, so my thumbs immediately just want to lay on the D-pad and go. And yes, movement in this game was this... It was this nuts, originally. This is not new. Hi, friends. Okay. They're gonna go hide. I can now use, I think, this door? Yeah. They're lurking behind our hidden door. Hi, friends. This guy's like... This guy is like 100% not paying attention. Oh, he left me a shiny. Oh, it was just a potion. Okay, so there's one more somewhere. This is the end.
Activating combat mode.
I need to find that one last dude.
Conflict resolved.
I want that last guy. Oh no, we're not done. We have one more nest to go find. I just need to remember where it is. We're killing all the dudes we can possibly kill. I'm pretty sure it's this right here. Yeah.
Activating combat mode.
The fun thing about this game is you always, always, always. Ooh, I'm in a really weird spot. You always. Oh, really? That's only 2? Okay, that was it. It's just you the whole game. You have to manage all of your own healing, and you have to manage all of your own chests, roving patrols in the watchtower. Oh, I was supposed to pick charge there. Oops. Did I goozle myself? What do I have? 10, 11, 12, 16, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. If you do all 13, you get a fire armlet, which is super useful. So I really need to find these last 2 goobers. I need to figure out where they hid. I should have picked charge there and just gone after the dude. Alright, we were here. We're going this way. There's no mini-map, which is kind of irritating for me. I usually drive by map. I feel like one of these is gonna have what I'm looking for. Welcome to Cat has a strategy guide and she still can't play games. Welcome to Cat Sucks at Games 101. Alright. Two watchtowers. I have to back up from the book here. funny how running a Mac Pro, oops. Running a Mac Pro keeps you very, very warm. Funny how that works. I have a not so tiny space heater under my desk. Okay, we done that. We got both watchtowers, we got the chest. Buttons. Oh, I think I know. It's this one, but I think you have to go out of your way to get it. Yeah.
Activating combat
Yeah. There we go. I need to use a potion or
Conflict
something.
resolved.
Obviously, I keep hitting triangle, which is menu in this game, but is open chest in remake. Or I'm gonna keep hitting start. Or yeah, I'm gonna keep hitting start, which is menu in Destiny. So we are just all over the map here. I'm pretty sure. Yep, last fight. Hey guys. Hi.
Activating combat mode.
Later.
Conflict resolved.
And we're done here. Alright, we gotta get back to finish, and then let's finish this mess. And before I do so, this is, are we there yet? We're there yet. Most impressive. So the next objective is some bosses. I want to get through this mission, but I'm going to take a very quick. I've been going for about an hour, and I need to. Yes, I'm aware that this webpage is in significant energy. I take a very quick cycle the fluids break. I'm going to run a quick ad during that also. So sit tight. I'll be back in probably about a minute. And we're back, and I fixed the lights. Reaching underneath and plugging in the desk lamp and then bouncing it off of a white wall is doing wonders. I don't know when I unplugged it. Alright, so we're gonna do the second half of this mission. We're gonna get through this section, and then there will be some grinding. We'll see how we're doing. We are definitely gonna grind before we do the next mission. Okay, make sure that I'm actually looking at what I want to look at, and not. Why isn't Zach moving? Because you're looking at the stream monitor and not the actual game. This must be the central area. It's in the middle. Okay, so there is still stuff. Unattainable dreams are the best kind. All right.
Activating combat mode.
You can't actually. Getting around the fights is not something you want to do in the story fights. It's something you kind of want to. Cheating is reserved for the side missions because a lot of them give you like really good stuff, but they're long. So if you're over, at some point you become over leveled and you don't need to fight the things, it just gets in your way, and that's when you start sneaking around like doors and stuff. Earrings! What do those do? I think they up your magic. Yes, we'll do that. Eventually we're gonna have all 4 of those slots. As we progress through the game, we will have more materia slots available to us, and we will have more accessory slots available to us. Alright. I believe there's a chest on the other side. Yes, there is. Let's go that way. Oops. Zach says, please learn to drive. High potion. Alright. And 2 chests near the save point. Equip the earrings and save your progress. Approach. Okay. Oop. We've got mail. I'm gonna have to do that. Okay. So, we'll go through some of the story beats. One of the interesting things that I noticed in Remake was that, I can't remember who. I found it interesting that they went with. They didn't go with "we won the war." They went with "we're at a ceasefire," which implies to me some sort of like Cold War. Yes. Pretty. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this. Avoided. Who is talking? Who is talking in Wutai that we could possibly be running into? Ugly Shinra soldier dudes must be punished! Yes, folks, she's back! Everybody's favorite crazy ninja child, and legitimately a child, because she's 16, according to the strategy guide I have. Yeah, gratuitous yuffie fan service. Oh, this game is not, Dara, this game is nothing but fan service. I mean, it gets, this game, I am the target audience for this game. Not gonna lie. She's 16 during the events of the game, according to most of the literature. This is So 16 minus 5 is 9? So this 9-year-old kid is running around giving Zach a hard time, and she keeps showing up throughout the game. So this 9-year-old kid spends a ridiculous amount of this game giving Zach a load of crap. A kid. I mean, to be fair, at 16, Yuffie kicks an awful lot of butt. Yuffie kicks an awful lot of butt. Zach, I'm not gonna. And Zach's like, I'm not gonna beat up a kid. I do have standards. And you figure she's Goto's daughter, so she's probably. I mean, she's essentially a princess. So everybody probably plays along when she, just like he's doing. Everybody probably plays along when he does stuff like this. But you realize, then you realize by the time she's 16, she's like slaying god-like tier monsters with a team of, between 7 and 8 other people. But I'm not gonna lie, Yuffie's pretty hoss in the game. She's usually in my top 3 after Aerith dies. It's usually Cloud, Sid, and Yuffie in my team, and Yuffie's my caster. Well, back to work. Gratuitous small children aside. Okay, so we've got some bosses coming up. Surprise! It's a big round area. There couldn't possibly be a boss here. And we also get some really good Zach and Angeal interplay. Yeah, Dara, that makes a lot of sense. Like, Wutai definitely does not. Nobody's gonna win a war of attrition against Shinra. Yeah. Well, I always thought it was something along the lines of Wutai has. Oh, jeez, I hate this attack. Wutai has a lot of Mako and a lot of materia, so Shinra doesn't want to necessarily wipe them out as much as they do conquer them. Alright, dodge roll. We Dark Souls now, yo. You do get bonus for attacking them from the back. So, yes, I am trying to get behind them. This music slaps. I have this soundtrack somewhere. Oop. Yeah. This music just absolutely slaps. Gee, whose silhouette could that be in the middle? Okay. Square is dodge in this game. I am almost tempted to remap the controls so that they match Remake, so that my fingers aren't completely messed up. So you get actual little cutscene memories occasionally too. Zach, let's go. Right, he's so excited. Zach wants to be a hero. Just like every other kid that joins Soldier in this game, he wants to be a hero. Level up! So, it looks random, but it's not. It's programmed into the game when that's supposed to happen. And now I'm gonna get a limit break. Yeah, Zach is all about the just do it. Hopefully I knocked over at least one of these walking mountains. Nope. I don't have anything that can use AP. Like, yeah, the silhouettes are pretty much dead giveaways. There's gonna be maybe one that you don't recognize right away. I don't have any materia that uses AP, which sucks because I've got a ton of it. Zach, get your stupid soldier butt over here. Oh yeah, I should. I should just remap the controls. Will you please die? Level up fire. So my fire just level up again. It looks random, but it's supposedly it's not. I feel like yes, I got one of you chuckle boys. Yes. That's something I would do between now and next stream, which would be remap the controls. So yeah, he's still a second. And Zach being
Director
Zach
Lazard, are you watching?
has to, you know, showboat a little bit.
Gotta move.
Hi!
No time to play.
I don't think I have to fight this guy. I think this is all cutscene. Yeah. So, Zach is really good for not paying attention, which tends to be a huge liability in his line of work. What? Angel constantly tells him to stay focused.
That's one more you owe me.
Junior.
You lost your focus.
But not in that lassie kind of way.
Yeah. Oh, sorry if your sword got any wear, tear, or rust on it.
You're a little more important than my sword. But just a little.
Very good writing in this game. Yeah, for it's yes, the game is 100.
Right.
All of these games and movies are 100% fan service. Nothing, there's no other reason for them to exist. The little triangle that goes on your temple and puts the internet into your head. And that used to... I'm going to wear a suit and white pants on a battlefield because that sounds like a really good idea. Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't played HCZ. We'll bring an end to the war. So here they talk about ending the war, and I don't know if they mean ceasefire or if that's a retcon. I know I need to play Horizon Zero Dawn. Sir, he actually has some semblance of military something or other. My evaluation of you is... You are a frightening individual. You are a gosh darn one-man army. It's good when you surprise your mentor. Not really. Let's get it carried away. Let's please, director, please do not stoke this child's ego. It's big enough. It's gonna already power 3 villages. Fire armlet! Yay! Now let's hurry. Ah! It's Zach. Ah! The soul's your hero? I get to meet a hero? I'm so excited! So OMG! These guys are not Wutai guys. Please note they look different. And Zach is not pleased. They also go down like punks, if I remember correctly. Assuming I could hit them with the sword. Okay, that works too. Okay, chain slash, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take anything we can get.
Go, go, go! Oh yeah!
Boom.
Conflict resolved.
Who were those guys? Because they are certainly not Wutai dudes. Zach, come on. We've got issues. Take the director to a safe place. Then contact someone who really knows what they're doing. Zach is more than enough. No. I want somebody who's not going to lose his focus. I want an actual first because I'm a Shinra director. Infantry dude. I should be fine now, Zach. Go and assist Angeal. There's a whole lot going on here that you don't realize until closer to the end of the game. Everybody in this scene, except for Zach, has their own agenda. I mean, Zach has his own agenda, but it's do the mission and be a hero. Everybody else is kind of like it's kind of like the beginning of the second Captain America movie that I can't believe I can't remember the name of right now. Because I keep wanting to... Oh, Winter Soldier. It's like the beginning of Winter Soldier, where everybody on that mission... yeah, Winter Soldier. That everybody on this mission has something else going on in their lives except for Zach. And it's like, everybody else on that mission had something else going on in their lives except for Cap. So, poor Zach is just like out in the middle of left field somewhere. Let's... real quick. Because I know what's coming. I have to fight Ifrit. And since I have to fight Ifrit, we are going to toss on this fire armlet. We are also going to toss on this HP up. When the game says, would you like to prepare, generally that means you want to check your menu and check your strat guide. Oh.
Angeal!
Has disappeared, but here are the guys.
These guys aren't Wu-Tai troops.
So it looks a little like the arena where you fight them.
Who called it out?
Again, just absolutely fantastic music. I mean, this is... If I could hit him, it'd be amazing. Okay, I need to... Do not use fire. Do not use fire on the fire monster. Yeah, you can see where it moves things to do what it wants. The slot machine is not as random as people think it is. No! No, not like this. Not like this. I think I have enough hit points to survive this. I have the fire armlet, so it should help. No. Yeah, that helped a lot. Remember, one of these is guard. Guard, are you guard? perhaps standing next to him and casting spells is not the most efficient use of our time. I think running away from him and casting snow blizzard spells is a much better use of our time. Especially now. I actually have to remember how to play this game. I'm good at video games, really. Yeah, he's mad. I think that means he's almost dead because he's upset. This is the last big fight of this chapter. Then we'll grind a couple missions. See what we can get. There's a list of them in here somewhere. Yeah. Did I just totally whiff? That just totally whiffed. I hate that Blizzard can miss. Because the new game does it too. Blizzard can miss. Ifrit is kicking my tush. Okay. I'm starting to think maybe the direct approach is going to be the best approach. Because he's got to be getting there. Ugh. Okay. Basically, yeah. You what does the guide say? Use Blizzard, okay? Please restore my MP. Please restore my MP. Please restore my MP. Yes.
Here we go.
Please die, please die, please die, please die. Yes. Assault Twister is a really good materia. It's an AP command, essentially. And once again, Zack is too busy being proud of himself to notice what's going on around him, and he almost gets his rear end kicked again. Until somebody shows up and just, like, cuts it free in half. And Zack is just like, dude.
Holy.
Yeah.
Genesis.
The missing soldier first class?
So they're all clones. I think I'm a clone now.
A Genesis copy.
Copy? A human copy?
Where's Angeal?
Hey, Dicey.
I thought he was
Yes, it is
fighting
totally
around here.
admirable and reliable Soldier Sephiroth.
So
You
he's
know
not
he's
too-
always going to be on your side, and he's just a totally stand-up
What
dude.
does that mean?
It means Angeal has betrayed us as well.
No way.
I still think George Newbern
I
did
know
a
what
better
kind of guy
job
Angeal is.
as the voice
And he'd
of
never
the
do that.
Sephiroth's voice. I don't know why, but the new guy just doesn't have the same gravity.
Angeal,
Yeah,
wouldn't
he
betray
really
us.
is a stand-up
Never.
dude at this point. I mean, and up until Nibelheim in this game, he's not a bad dude. He's got he's a reasonably normal human being. Yes, let's save. You know, he's yes, he's this, like, you know, hero poster child for Soldier, but he, you know, we're gonna see he has friends and he, you know, has interests, and there are a couple points where he is an actually genuinely nice guy. There's one point where Zack is worried about Aerith, and he tells him to get his butt back to Midgar because he knows that that Zack wants to check on her. He's not a bad dude until, you know, stuff goes down at Nibelheim. What is with Angeal? How long is he going to slug? Yet, yeah. He's going to go insane. We're going to watch him go insane during the plot of this game. That is a lot of the end game of this game. Nibelheim, rest of game. It's been a month! Lumping Angeal. Sephiroth's got it all wrong too. Lumping Angeal together with Genesis. Genesis is a deserter who took a bunch of seconds and thirds with him. He used his copies to attack us, so we're back on the whole let's copy people. Angeal will never condone something like that. He values his soldier honor more than anything else. Again, that is where Zack gets the whole protect your honor as a soldier during that cutscene in the remake. Everything's so messed up. Just come back. I also love that in the time between this game and the new game, Shinra has upgraded. Even though this is in the past.
Wants to see you. Go to the briefing room.
Hey, wait, who is this? Dude, it's George Newbern.
Who was that?
It was George Newbern! It was Superman! Sephiroth. Also, so George Newbern, Sephiroth's voice actor for pretty much everything that wasn't
He hasn't contacted his family
the first Kingdom Hearts game.
So what's this about?
Is also
A
the
new
same voice actor
assignment.
who played
I want
Soups
you to go to the
in
hometown of our
Justice
missing
League,
soldier first class,
which makes me
Genesis.
giggle.
Huh?
According to the parents, they've had no contact with Genesis whatsoever. But they can't be trusted.
Why?
They're his family.
Zack, I think he
I'd already
okay.
dispatched some staff, but we've lost contact. I want you to go and
Gee,
investigate.
I don't know who wears suits with black ties.
He will go with you.
He.
Son of the Turks.
This job
Very
is
young.
looking really gloomy.
Because we know Sung gets the job done.
Let me know
Sup?
when you're ready to go.
So yeah, the little ponytail dude in the DMV was Sung. Sung lets you call in an airstrike. You've got mail. Actually, I think it's you've got a phone call. Did you read my mail? Dude, I'm in a briefing with a director and a Turk. No, I did not read your mail. It's very important. I like that they've upgraded to iPhones, that Shinra uses iPhones now. Yes, you need it's like my life. You didn't read my email. I sent it 3 minutes ago. Dude, I was doing things in my job. My job isn't to stare at my I mean, let's not split hairs. My job right now is pretty much to stare at my email and wait for people to email me. What am I doing? I'm reading. I've got mail. Genesis never found group opportunity. In fact, the spiritual leader of Soldier, and I've got respect for everybody. Angeal's like the guy that everybody like. You're gonna find out that Sephiroth, Genesis, and Angeal are like the three firsts I feel like first is like a pinnacle title. And all three of them have their quirks, but Angeal is probably the most normal of the three of them. Alright. Midgar, soldier's responsibilities. Alright. So before we go on this mission, we want to do some grinding. Sung will hang out here and wait until we're done, like, running around Midgar killing stuff. So first we check the pod. And now we have a thunder materia, which is super useful. And then we come over here. Like, I don't know why here you can't just use the board. We save. We save. Alright. So I want to do a bunch of these. So you're going to see, so Shinra Electric Power Company training missions. So you see when we did it before, it said easy, and now it says very easy. So it tells, one of the things I like about this, yeah, he's the least quirky. Dicey. The least, like, it scales. It looks at your level, and it looks at the level of the mission, and it scales. So, like, it'll go from hard to medium to easy to very easy. And some of them will actually say, this is impossible, no, you can't do this right now. So, you want to do a bunch of these. Zack the Materia Hunter. I'm not doing a remake. Actually, let me see. I think, does it tell you what you get? Yeah, because I think you get Ifrit as a summon for that. I'm looking to see in the back if there's a list of missions. I think there is. Items. Materia, guarding, materia fusion. Okay, yeah. Zack the Materia Hunter. Yeah, the reward for this is the Ifrit Materia. It is a really good guide. Like I said, mine is falling apart, like most of the Brady Games guides have. You know, mine is in about 16 pieces at this point. But it is a very good... Brady Games did good work. And it's got some really beautiful art in it. Like, this piece is... Oop, put on the camera. This piece is just really good. And there's a Zack fold-out poster that's just incredibly well done. And yes, it's still in here because I keep my stuff nice. Alright, so this is the Ifrit Materia. Yeah, I have the Brady Games for all three of these games that I'm going to play. Yes! We're going to try this again. Hopefully with less suck this time.
Activating combat mode.
Yeah, I called when I asked the guy
Modulating phase.
at GameStop if there was a guide for the remake. He just kind of looked at me like... He's like, yeah, the internet kind of put all of those guys out of business. I'm like, but shiny. Okay, I got Squadola for that. I really think just beating the snot out of him is gonna be... We Dark Souls, yo. No! Zack, bad! Bad Zack! No cookie. Gosh, it does a lot of damage. But I do want the Ifrit Materia because then I have a chance for the slot machine to move over. Yeah, fire works on fire. The Mythbusters proved it. Zack is about that. He's a sweet kid, but he's a kid. And this is another, like, one of the things I'm looking forward to in this replay of the compilation is looking at it through, you know, as we go, you know, like I was in undergrad the first time I played FF7. That was a long time ago for me. And, you know, this game's, you know, it's been 10 or 11, maybe more. 13 years under the Brit. Lots changed in my life in 13 years. And so looking at it from a new sort of standpoint, from a new point in my life, is, I think, something I'm going to enjoy. Yeah, you just keep standing, you just keep whacking the beehive there, Ifrit. It's a good thought. Yeah, I mean, I really think that I'm gonna, that I'm going to react to these games very differently than I did. I'm way more mature. And, anyone, that I've been through a couple, in the last probably 8 or 9 years, it's, shortly after I finished this game, honestly, my life completely did a 180, and I've changed and matured a lot since the first time I played this game. And I'm interested to see if that colors any of my perceptions. Yeah, you just keep whacking the beehive there, buddy.
Conflict resolved.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, Dicey, it's going to be a different standpoint. It's going to be a different, very much a different lens for me to look like. Zach's a kid. I see it because I work with kids. Zach's a kid. He's, what, 20, 21, maybe? Yes, I have the overall, and the lens of the remake I think is going to be really interesting. That's what really, really, I save after every mission, kind of pushed me towards doing this was, I want to go back and I want to revisit this world, and I want to see, I mean, like, not just what I talked about on my blog post about the memories, but what's, what has my changed life going to give me is in the terms of new experiences and new understandings. Okay, what else can we do? Okay, so we're not going to do anything that says hard, because hard means it. Oh no, remake is not what the game is, Dara. Remake is a subtitle. Remake is, we're going to do what you want for the first game, but at the very end, we're going to make it very clear that you're in our sandbox. We're not going to play in your sandbox. You're going to play in our sandbox going forward. And we're going to Nomura it up. And that's what scares me the most, is that they're going to Nomura it up. Yes, remake is a new Dicey's. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Dicey. Remake is a new game that uses FF7 as the jumping off point, and like, and
Conflict resolved.
it should. I mean, if it doesn't hit a lot of the same plot points, they're not going to sell copies of this game. It's not going to happen. So I love. One of the things I always found really impressive about this game was how they were able to deploy and reuse assets. Because I don't remember off the top of my head, but a UMD does not hold a lot of information. It's not like working with a DVD or a Blu-ray. We were working with, well, I think the PS2. I think the PS3 might have been out by then. I feel like we had, because we weren't a PlayStation. The person I was living with at the time was an Xbox, had an Xbox, so I skipped PS3. But DVDs, I know PS2 used DVDs, but there's, you're not gonna put that much on one of these itty bitty little things. It's tiny. So we have this map asset, 1.8 gigabytes. Okay. Oh yeah, Aerith, she knows. Aerith is the Vex, and that's a Destiny reference. So exactly, like, one person in my chat will get this, but the Vex are a race of robots that travel space and time and are in all places at all the time. Aerith knows what's up. She knows the future. She's like, I think I said this in a clan chat once. She at least Aerith is essentially paracausal. She is existing. Okay. Oh yeah, no, that makes Sephiroth is the Vex, Aerith is Osiris. Okay, yeah, no, that is you're absolutely right, Dara. That's perfect. But they're both traveling the corridors of time and seeing all of these different timelines and where they converge and how they converge. And is Aerith greater than Osiris because Aerith isn't full of herself? She's just sassy. Aerith is Sagira, actually. Yeah, it's going to be very different contexts, very different directions, but it's like, I feel like they're not, like I said, I feel like there's gonna be hell to pay if they don't hit certain plot points. I don't remember where
Activating combat mode.
the boss actually is. Grind for XP.
Conflict resolved.
Okay, so there's your boss.
Activating combat mode.
It doesn't show you, but if you know, once you play this game enough, you can pretty much read where the random quote-unquote encounters are going to be.
Resolved.
And then on these missions, it always shows you where the boss encounter is.
Activating combat mode.
Hi. So you're casting fire at me, that means you're gonna be weak to Blizzard, right? Completely nutty, no evidence theory, the continuous falling disco and then cloud. That would act. Oh, so we might get a summon here. So this is what happens is randomly. Gee, I don't know whose silhouette is that? If I had got 3 Ifrits, I would summon Ifrit. Then Cloud dies instead of Aerith. That would be actually a really neat way to take the story. And they would piss off a lot of people.
Power surge.
Yes, level.
Here we go! Go, go, go!
But this Cloud, I can absolutely... This Cloud, for as much as he's kind of a wad at the beginning of the game, seems a little bit more mature and a little bit more... I mean, I don't want to say responsible, but he's got a slightly better head on his shoulders than original FF7 Cloud did. So I can see him actually I always wanted to be there doing that. I can see him. He had some premonitions too of I think normal we can do. Of stuff happening too. Yeah, you're right, Dara. That would most likely original in a weird way, killing off Aerith, the main character. It was shocking. Want to create that would be the way to recreate that feeling, would be to shock us all and kill off Cloud. No, wrong one. And that would be, yeah, like, I would love to see them do that, something like that, just to give us that shock. I think I don't know if I've told this story before, but I had a strat. It wasn't actually the Brady games, and I do have the other strategy. I have the unofficial one that we had when I was in college, and because the big problem with what about Tifa? Tifa would lose her mind, but she might do it too. Any one of them, I mean, they've built these characters now where they actually have relationships, and I could see either one of Cloud or Tifa throwing themselves on the sword, literally. So I can kind of nose around, and I think that's the only chest.
Activating
Hi, buddy.
combat mode.
But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of ways that they can go with this. Wish they wouldn't do this right off. I did that too fast. I was trying to queue up the cure so that it would proc at the end of the attack. Oh. Pay attention to what you are doing, and you might actually win this fight. So what they're gonna do is, like, there's so many ways they could take this, but yeah, Aerith knows what's up. No, Dare, you didn't. Now I have to go back and see, because that'd be, if I look at it on YouTube, it's gonna be real easy to see if that's true or not. 7 seconds between the memory shows up and his sword skewers her in the room. So 7 seconds of him dropping down through the sky. That is something that Square Enix would 100%, no question, do. I can super see them pulling something like that. There are so many little things in there that, like, if you played the original game, that made you just go like squee. Okay, we're not doing anything that's hard.
Activating combat mode.
Oh! I have to fight you again. How many times do I have to fight this Yachts? Drop an ice rock on his head. Drop an ice rock on his head. Keep dropping ice rocks on his head because it's not going to cost you anything. I'm just going to stand here and trade blows with him. Alright. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Nope. Luckily I still have the fire armlet on. And I don't have a browser share set up on this side yet. That's the one thing I didn't do today, was set up browser share. So I can't, like, I would bring up that cutscene, but I don't have that set up on the Mac side OBS yet. Zach, stop being a goober. Zach's like, give me decent directions and I'll stop being whatever a goober is. Yeah, I think I really need to remap the buttons. Got it!
Conflict resolved.
Oh, sweet. Search, you know what a goober is. I mean, I try to be reasonably, you know, family friendly on this stream. Let's see. Is there anything else we can do? We could do close coal mines. Alright, what does this map look like? This isn't easy. So again, there's this huge map and they just reuse it, but they reuse pieces of it so it feels different every time you play. So like the harder missions use more of the map. But this, again, it's the reusing of the assets to cram all this information into 1.8 gigabytes that was always pretty impressive to me from a tech sort of standpoint. also need to see if I can tell it to not remember where the cursor was. I feel like I should probably be using some of this fancy new materia that I have.
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
So again, if I wanted to, I could creep along. Oh look, hedgehog pies. I could creep along the outside of this little room and just completely skip that, but there's at this point there's no reason to not fight these guys. Everything. The whole point of this is these missions are where you go to grind. Great. I don't have.
Modulating phase.
I don't have Asuna yet. I think I have some antidotes. So my fire materia leveled up. Oh my gosh! Die!
Conflict resolved.
So Phoenix Downs in this game work very interestingly. You use one on yourself, and then basically you essentially give yourself life 3. So if you get KO'd, you come back. So in case you're wondering how Phoenix Downs work when you're the only one in your party. So that's hard. That's hard. That's normal. You want to get materia because materia lets you do stuff. I think this is the last mission. This is going to be the last one I think we do. Oh, I'm still poisoned. Stuff I didn't remember. I think Soma is what I want. Yeah! Zach died because I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, what cures poison? Oh, that's AP. Oh, I got nothing. I'm not using, so you don't want to use your Phoenix Down in a mission because you don't want to waste it. They're not super all over the place in this game. Remedy is what I need. So definitely you never want to be using a Phoenix Down when you're doing this because you don't, for failing a mission, you don't lose anything.
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on.
I feel like I need to go into settings and mess with that.
Oh yeah.
Spriggan is what it's called. Dude, that's a hedgehog pie. Can I? Maybe not. There might not be a settings in this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there is setting. I don't know if you can remap. That may not, because of the, again, limitations of the PSP, that may not actually be a thing.
Activating combat mode.
Boom. You really have to, I like this combat system, but you really have to pay attention to what you're doing. What materia did we get? Thunder. Okay. Yeah, that Dara, that is in the I guess I could go do it back in the emulator, but then it would be remapped for every game, and I'd rather just remap for this game because I do other things with this, not on stream, and I don't want to have to go remap my controller all the time. That's, the big problem here is if I do it on that screen, that's remapping it for the entire emulator. That'd be like completely rewiring my PSP. I think that's all the ones we can do. Yeah. That's on hard. They're super not worth it on hard. So I think that's where we're gonna leave it for tonight. So let's drop a save. And we're back over here. So thanks everybody for coming out, for watching, for chatting, for sharing crazy fan theories. That's basically what this whole series is going to be about. Oh, thanks, Dicey. This whole series is basically going to be crazy fan theories, people speculating, people, analyzing, looking at the whole compilation going forward. So it's when next stream, I'm thinking Thursday. I still am technically working, so I still technically have to do stuff during the day. So I want to stream every day, but that's not going to happen until I'm officially on vacation and not just working from home. So that is gonna be a thing that happens with me. So I'm gonna shoot for Thursday. I look a little washed out. I will play with the lighting, since I had to rearrange my entire office for this whole work from home. So, so next stream we are going to go to. We can cheat. We can look. We're gonna go to Benora, and we're gonna learn more about Genesis and Angeal next stream. We're gonna find out a little bit more about where they grew up, this village, and which is another thing I really liked is this game expanded the world itself more. There was a lot more going on. So in the meantime, let's see here. Oh, find my keyboard. I do not. I need a bigger desk. Let's see who is. Let's see who's online. Oh, hey, I know. So we're going to raid Addy Pie. He is a clanmate of mine. He's doing some Final Fantasy, I believe, 14 shenanigans at this point. So I'm gonna send you guys over there. Have a good one, and as always, thanks for watching.